find him!
The High Temple. It's guarded by some sort of demon. Dastan, where's the dagger?
You're welcome to search me for it. You'll have to be very thorough.
I'm Mike.
I'm Kat.
Hey, why aren't you wearing your shirt? I don't know.
And today we're going to be reviewing The Prince of Persia. I personally really liked the games. I was really hopeful for this movie. I laughed most of the time, as did most of the audience.
Ben Kingsley, I laughed at. Sir.
All the time.
Sir.
So many of his movements were awkward, and like there'd be like a montage or something, and he'd be like enjoying it. He'd be like, ha ha ha. And then like the very next scene, he'd be like,
I don't even know what to say about this movie. What did you think about Jake Gyllenhaal? I thought he was fine. Because, you know, he has said in interviews that he wants to just do action movies from now on. He wants to be an action star.
I think he could hold the movie.
Yeah?
He did what he needed to do. Innocent.
Yeah.
But also be able to pull off the action and the stunts and the romance.
yeah, and his body was looking
And he
good.
was built.
He got built up.
He's completely shredded.
I know, he's good.
Like ripped, like rock hard.
Oh,
it's rock like
so
a cock.
hard. And he plays Dastan, the main character in Prince of Persia.
Persia.
And the story essentially teams up with this princess from this other kingdom to clear his name.
It's simple. He gets the dagger, he can go back in time, forward in time. That's the movie.
Sideways
He
in
can't go forward
time.
in time. He can go back in time by 1 minute at a
Yeah,
time.
I don't know, I wasn't watching it.
No, you weren't.
Dog Ock is in the movie.
He's
and
hilarious.
He's like the plucky relief. I kind of felt like he was trying to be like Jack Sparrow, but not as good. But he had some brutal lines. Oh, the awesomeness of the ostrich.
It was funny to me.
Yeah.
It did what it had to do.
It's like, this is the only ostrich that survived. This was a champion ostrich.
And now they're
Look at her.
suicidal.
Yeah.
I have to watch her day and night to make sure she doesn't do something stupid.
And then he kisses the neck.
Oh, that was funny.
We gave it away, all of it.
Gemma Arterton plays the princess,
Oh,
Hermina. She looks good.
got a touch of downs.
Oh, it's because
What
the
is
DP sucked. He kept doing these shots from down here that made everyone look like they had
Touch of
double
downs.
chin.
Unbelievably pretty.
No, she's good. She did it for me.
That-
Well, we laughed at a lot of parts of the movie. The reason why this movie didn't work is that
It's based on a video game. Movies
It's
based on video games are
Well,
never good.
Easy, and it was CGI.
yeah, honestly, this is the first time where I watched a movie, a major motion picture, and I said, this director of photography knows nothing. He doesn't know what he's doing. The
like
slow
cool and artsy,
motion was
brutal.
terrible.
Terrible.
Takes that they picked.
Like, what he doesn't
And too
understand.
often. It's like every 10 seconds.
And the
Well, I don't know
DP
if
is
it's the
horrible.
editor or the DP or they just don't jive.
In this movie, there's just shots where you're supposed to see the action, but they do this weird zoom in and
The
pan.
zooms that were like, and you're just like, I'm good. I don't need to see Ben Kingsley that close ever. I think part of the reason why they kept doing the slow-mo and like these weird shots is they were trying to make it kind of video game perchance.
Because in the game it did.
Because
Yeah.
in the game it does kind of stuff like that, and I really did admire how like right near the beginning, jumps from one thing to the other, and they showed that like right away, which was cool for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's just like the game!
Well, I'll tell you.
And that faded quickly.
Some of the shots, you could tell that it wasn't planned. It's almost like a producer saw it and goes, no, guys, more like the game after
Yeah,
it was shot.
you can
more
totally
like,
tell that.
More like the video game.
One problem, every time the bad guys showed up, there was this really weird horn sound, like obviously like Persian music that played.
By the way, I just love that word. Push.
It sounded so funny and weird, and every time a bad guy entered this film, it was hilarious.
He's got a snake and he goes, and the snake comes out of his sleeve, and when he wants the snake to come back, it goes in his
I
sleeve.
felt like he was Voldemort.
There was some funny moments that were supposed to be funny, and the action was decent.
If you look at the talent here, there were some major people. Jake Gyllenhaal, Ben Kingsley.
Alfred Molina as well.
If they put no names in here, it would have fell apart.
Yeah.
Those actors carried the film.
But yeah, you're really rooting for Jake Gyllenhaal and his brothers.
Pretty fun. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was-
It had that fun element that you go to the movies for. It wasn't like you're going to watch an Oscar performance.
no.
And I didn't get any candy. And that means if I enjoy the movie without any candy, it's got to be at least half decent.
And no one puked near us, and
No
there
one-
was no
No
fights.
No one smacked their lips at us.
There definitely were enough cheesy parts, though, like enough parts where you're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
And if you guys haven't seen this movie yet, you're going to love the little ostrich race. It's hilarious.
we have an important announcement to make.
We'd like to wish one of our viewers a happy birthday. You know him as Narnia.
Chris McConnell, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Chris.
I was going to send you a cake, but I ate it.
It was good. It was like one of those coconuts.
Well, triple layer.
Yeah, it was triple layer. Like, it was like, no, it was like, Chris, it was like this huge Boston cream donut. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah,
with
but within but within the pudding,
Cat always belittles me.
yeah, within the pudding, there was another cake, and within that cake,
Yeah.
there's 2 layers of other cakes.
And within that cake, it was your love. Every view, every like and dislike counts.
Yeah. So thank you, Narnia. Thank you, Chris, for watching the show. And we're not talking about Chris 3KB.
We
so.
talk about that prick way too much.
Way too much.
So what do you give the movie out of 10?
It's mediocre, but hey, it ain't a shit show, so I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I like some of the action scenes. I like Jake Gyllenhaal, no homo.
Really got nothing to say.
Not really.
You have more to say.
I didn't like a lot of the cinematography, cheesiness that was in it. Gyllenhaal, damn, I like him in this movie. He was enjoyable, and there are some action sequences that were really, really good. I liked all the climbing sequences as well. And the story, it was a good story. Kind of lagged or kind of dipped in certain parts. I liked it better than you, I think. 7. A solid 7.
Suffered the video game curse.
Your mother went to college. I give it a 7 as well. It's probably one of the most entertaining video game adaptations. A lot of people are like, oh, Resident Evil was one of the best. Give me a break.
Yeah, I agree. Resident Evil really was one of the best. Don't you think? Really?
No, not Super Mario Brothers. Was the
I like
best.
Doom.
Doom. The Rock.
It's good, man. Yeah.
Super Mario.
Yes, homo.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Persia.
The story is this. Jake Gyllenhaal plays the main character, Prince of Persia. What's his name?
Dastan.
Dastan?
Dastan.
Dastan?
Shallow.
Whatever they said.